morning children, myself Manoj Kumar and I am going to teach you about science. And before going to teach you science, I want to ask you one question, and my question is, what is this? Can anybody say, what is this? Yes, you are correct. It is a plant. Okay, what do you know about plant? We know that plant is a living thing. Very good. Plant is a living thing. So here in this session I am going to tell you that about plants. So let us ready to getting to know the plants. So what is a plant? Plant is a living thing, only living thing that can able to prepare its own food, and remaining all animals are depend upon plants for the food. Whereas plant don't eat your idli, vada, dosa, puri, etc. Why? Because it can able to prepare its own food, and the process that it can make the food is called photosynthesis. What is that? Photosynthesis. What is photosynthesis? Photo means light. So by using light, synthesis means preparation. By using light, it prepares food. Plant prepare food. This system or process is called photosynthesis. So in higher section you are going to learn more about photosynthesis. But today we are going to know what is a plant and how many types of plants are there and how could we recognize the different kinds of plants. So get ready to the plant world. Right. So here in our surrounding we are going to see small plants, big trees and a huge trunk containing trees, etc. Here we have to differentiate or distinguish what kind of plant it is. And now let us classify the plants. Generally plants can be classified into three major types. Those are number one, herbs. Say once again, herbs. And number two, shrubs. And number three, trees. Right? Come again. Herbs, shrubs and trees. So first one, herb. Herb, shrub, trees. All are trees. So all are plants. All they belongs to same family. But here, depending upon their size, shape, structure, we divided them into three types. Number one, herb. How can you identify the herb? What are called herbs? Here I am going to show you one plant. This one, right? It is an herb. Herb is a plant which don't have woody stem. We can bend it. Have you seen this kind of plant at your surrounding? Right. So here herbs are the plants which can be bent easily, don't have woody stem. Woody stem means it don't have strong stem, and the branches are very weak. So here are the herbs. See now, these are called herbs which don't have hard stem. Right? They have weak stem. Right? So these are called herbs. And I am going to tell you about the examples of herbs. Those are tomato plant, mustard and a sunflower. These are the herbs. Example, tomato, mustard plant, sunflower. All these are herbs which can be bent. They have very tender stem means we can bend them easily. Right. And next come to shrubs. How can you identify the shrub? Here, herb is a plant which have weak stem, but whereas the shrub, it have very hard stem. It has thick stem. It has thick stem means it can able to withstand in the ground. It can able to withstand in the ground. But here it shows branches nearby the ground level. It shows the branches nearby ground level. Let me draw the shrub. This is the thick stem but not standard as the tree. Now it bears leaves. It have branches and leaves, but it don't have a trunk. What do you call? It don't have a trunk. There is no strong stem in the shrubs. It have very weak stem, and you can call it is a thick but not standard as the trunk. Easily you can identify the shrubs that it shows the branching nearby the ground level. So it is the ground level where we can see the roots, and the stem it shows immediate branching at the low level of the ground. So these are called shrubs. For example, we can say jasmine, rose. Example, jasmine, rose, and do you know badam? Right. So these are the plants which are called shrubs, which don't have strong stem. Means trunk. We are going to say it as trunk. Right? So herbs, they don't have odd stem. Whereas shrub, it has thick stem but not standard as the trees. So let us come to third type, that is tree. That is tree. So let us see. I think you know very well about the trees. So trees are the organisms which have strong trunk. Look at this. This is the trunk of the tree, and it shows branches very above from the ground. Whereas here shrubs, it shows branching nearby the ground, and here trees show the branching very far away from the ground. And you can see the huge branching. See, this is what called tree. I know very well that you drawn like this in your childhood, right? So this is the tree which have very hard stem, and it contain trunk well branched, and it can able to give flowers and fruits. Even herbs, shrubs and trees also gives the flowers. Those plants that give us flowers, they are called flowering plants, and those who don't give the plants, they are called non-flowering plants. Flowering plant, non-flowering plant. For example, neem. Neem can give us flower, so it is called flowering plant. It is called flowering plant. Whereas fern, neeries, and as well pine trees, they don't give us flowers. They don't have flowers. My question is that without flower, how could it give birth to another plant? We know that if you sow the seed, it gives us plant. Seed comes from the flower, but there is no flower for these plants. Then how could they reproduce? We'll discuss in higher section or in further lessons. Right? So till now we discussed that plants are basically three types: herbs, shrubs, trees. So here herbs, they don't have hard stem, they have very weak stem, right? We can bend it, and they don't show huge growth. Examples are tomato, mustard, sunflower, etc. And next is shrubs. Shrubs, they have thick stem. Shrubs have thick stem, and they cannot be bent, but they show the branches. Woody stem, they have woody stem and they show the branches. They also bear fruits, flowers, etc. Examples are, for example, jasmine, rose, badam, pomegranate, and lime, bougainvillea. All are the example for the shrubs. And next come to trees. You know very well, trees, they have very tall, very huge size. The banyan is the largest plant on the land. Sorry, tree on the land, and tree bears trunk, branches, and etc. Right? So besides these, again there are two more types of plants. Guess what are they? I'll show you. I think you have seen this. Look at this. Have seen, right? If I put my finger, it is going to wind. See, it is winding my finger. So, what kind of plant it is? We know about herb, shrub, trees. They don't have stem, they have thick stem, they have trunk. But what about this? It has very delicate stem. I can twist it, and it can't stand strong. See, it is falling down. See, it is falling down. So what kind of plant it is? Right. So the two kinds of plants are, number one, climbers, and number two, creepers. Climbers, creepers. Very good. The name itself indicating it is a climber. It climbs. Right. So climber is a plant. First, it grows very slowly with bearing 2-4 leaves. And whenever it touches a support, a plant, a neighboring plant, or any pole, or any hard substance, if it finds, then automatically it starts winding. It starts winding around it, and these structures are called tendrils. These are called tendrils. With the help of organs called tendrils, it is going to wind around the stem of another plant, or otherwise, see, here it is the another plant. It winded. Have you able to see? Right. So it winded around this plant. So this is the host plant, and it is the climber. By taking support of this, it is going to grow. Can you guess what kind of plants you can see here? Right. Very good. Grapes. Very good. Gourds. What gourds? Bitter gourd, sweet gourd. All these are gourds which are called climbers. Even sometimes jasmine also climber. Jasmine plant, it also climbs but to the supporter. Right. So this is what called climber with a very delicate stem. And next come to creeper. What is meant by creeper? Here, creeper is a plant which don't have the structures called tendrils. It don't have tendrils. It don't have tendrils. When there is no tendril, there is no chance to wind around the support. Very good. So, as it is going to fall on the ground itself. It won't climb, it won't touch the support. Right? Best examples are money plant, the decorative plant that you see. Money plant. Do you have any idea? Money plant. Very good. So money plant is the plant which is going to grow above the ground. And grass. Very good. Grass. Grass is the plant which can spread on the ground. It runs along with its stem. So it is a creeper. It is a creeper. And as well as right. Very good. That is pumpkin. That is pumpkin. Have seen pumpkin? I can able to make the Halloween with the pumpkin. Right? It is the largest pumpkin, and we can make holes in this. Right? So pumpkin is a creeper. Right? Very good. So in this session we learnt about the kinds of plants. Getting known. Yes, we are knowing about plants. Plants are basically 3 types. What are they? Let me write clearly. Remember the examples and try to observe in your surroundings what kind of flowers, plants they give. Right. So first one is the herb. What is herb? With normal stem. What is meant by normal? Normal means not thick or not woody. Right? And number 2, shrub, which have woody stem, woody or thick stem, and have branches where near the ground. Very good. Near the ground. And next, third one, tree. What is tree? It has strong trunk, nothing but stem, thick stem, right? And branches above the high of ground, right? So let us take some examples. Herbs: tomato, mustard, sunflower. These are the examples for herbs. They appear like a bush. And next is shrubs. Flowering plants like jasmine, rose, bougainvillea. All these are shrubs. And trees, you know very well: mango, neem, banyan, palm tree. Do you know palm tree? It is just like coconut tree, right? Okay. So these are about herbs, shrubs, and trees. And now come to climbers. They have tendrils. Tendrils are nothing but climbing organs. Climbing organs. Right? Example for the climbers are grape, jasmine, and bitter gourd. Right? Next, come to creeper. The last one is creeper. Don't have tendrils. Right? And examples are money plants. Right? So this is about our lesson. Right? So if you have any doubts, ask me, text me, message me. I can respond. I will give you answers. And thank you very much. This is about the lesson. Good.